Now guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome to the end of season number 1 of our RTG here with Salford. And we got an exciting end to the season. We're currently top of the league after having an unbelievable episode last time out. 2 episodes ago, it did not feel like we would be top of the league at this stage. We went through a really rocky patch here in League 2. It's made this be a lot tighter than I expected it to be, but we are now top of the league, which should appease the board. We've kind of been comfortably set for promotion for the majority of the season, but knowing that the board want us to win the league, and you can see already that we have this horrendous board rating, has been quite tense. Now, that's not the only race we're in. Elliott List is top of the goal scorers at the moment this season. Telford is second. Now, after reading the comments and giving my input, Telford looks set to join us next season. I'm telling you, because it doesn't look like Newport will go up unless they go up from the playoffs. And we need someone of his caliber. Imagine him and Elliott List up top in certain scenarios. And at this moment in time, we only really have Elliott List. If he got injured, we would be in a lot of trouble. Telford actually isn't ridiculously priced either. So considering he scored 17 goals this season and still more to go, I would really like to bring Telford in. But there are quite a few games to play in this episode. I'm only going to play 3, obviously, and we're going to sim some games, but there is 7 games to go. But I think we just make this the end of the season. There's no point doing a month and then having 1 game left. This might be quite a long one because we've got the end of season review and all of that jazz as well, so this could be a long episode. I would recommend you go grab yourselves a cold beverage or a hot beverage and sit down and enjoy this one, because it will be a long one. And speaking of enjoying it, I just want to say thank you very much. Season 1 is going to be in the books at the end of this one, and the support has been ridiculous. Most importantly, the likes and the comments on each video, the feedback, the interaction that I'm getting with you guys on this series has been absolutely nuts, and I just want to say thank you for that, and long may it continue. This is kind of not just my save, this isn't just my RTG, this is yours as well. Your input's going to really help us mold the team that hopefully will go on and win the Prem and the Champions League down the line, and I appreciate each and every one of you. If you aren't already part of the channel though, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as hitting the like button if you go on to enjoy the video. Let's get into the first game of the episode. Now, it's not going to be Hartlepool because they're bottom of the league. I think maybe Harrogate, maybe Bristol Rovers, maybe Barrow. Oldham would be nice to play so that we could get a rivals game in at the start here, but I mean, we're what, 9 points clear, or are we 8 points clear? So we don't actually need to play that many games. And when it comes to the young Swedish cam, we have had some suggestions of what to call him and some nicknames. Now, Lado was one of them, and I actually really like Lado. I also like Miko. Miko was one of them as well. So what we're going to do probably is a vote. Now, this video, as I've said before, I'm recording in advance to a degree, so there's still another video to go up before. I don't know where we are on the timeline, but I think there's still another video to go up before that. So we probably do a vote on the channel after this episode of what we should nickname him going into season 2. It hasn't been a great time for our cams in this series, or just central midfielders, because we've currently got Willock out, Tierney out, Lowe, and McAlnay. So it's been a little bit of an issue for us. Now, McAlnay has gone down to 62, but that should bounce back up once he gets a bit of form and plays a couple of games. But I hope this doesn't hinder Tierney too much. He's not out for that long, but he is out until the end of the season. So it does give an opportunity for the young Swede to get as much game time as possible, which will help him improve. I would love to finish the season with him on 60. Speaking of ratings going up, though, Asante is 71 rated. How long do we allow ourselves to hold on to him in League 1 is probably going to be the big question of this episode. Do we move Asante on because of how well rated he is? Of course, I'd love to just keep him, but that wouldn't be realistic, because Elliott List scores the only goal to help us beat Hartlepool and help him with his chances of winning top goal scorer this season. Speaking of transfers, we've got a transfer offer here for Matt Smith, and at this stage, I will take whatever will be given to me. Anything to get Matt Smith off the books. It gives us some wages back, and around 500k would be absolutely fantastic. Of course, what you've got to remember when you're doing this, the budget that you have, you carry through to next season. It carries over. You don't just lose it, it carries over. And we are actually in the negative for profit. We made minus, well, we didn't make it, but minus 3.83 million this year. So that's not going to help with the transfer budget going into next season. Luckily for us, the Smith deal's done. He's gone to Dynamo Dresden, so good luck for him. And Jason Lowe is coming back from injury. He's had a bit of an injury-plagued second half of the season, but he's one of our playmakers in the centre of the park, and we might need a new playmaker in the centre of the park at some stage. I did have some suggestions for more players. They're not on the list at the moment. They're currently scouting. If you've done a lower league save for some strange reason, it takes 19 years to scout. I did find this guy on the free agency. Yano, he could be good for us. He's 16 and 58 rated. I don't know how much he will improve, and that's the joy of signing someone like this. You have no idea how much they're going to improve, but it would add a little bit of depth and youth at the back. It may be an option that we could go for. We've already got some decent players at centre-back on this list. Doyle would probably be the most likely one, but we'd have to see where Sunderland are, and to be honest with you, he's far too expensive. I think our budget next season, which we will find out this episode what our budget's going to be, is probably going to be roughly around 2 or 3 million. We can't spend that all on one player. I was tempted to play this Harrogate game, I'm not going to lie, but seeing that they're 13th in the league, it doesn't make much sense. A win here would put us 2 games away from winning the league title, so we need to play the next 2. So we see the trophy lift, but we don't win it. Hunter scores for us and Armstrong for Harrogate, and then nothing in the second half. A pretty close match. And that is not the end of the world. I'd rather have a draw than a loss. Forest Green do have games in hand, but we are at the moment 13 points clear. So unless Forest Green can do something with those games in hand, we will be crowned league champions in this game against Bristol Rovers. We've also received a transfer offer here for Donald Love, who we are accepting offers for. We're kind of stacked at right back. 19th place Bristol Rovers, but we are going to play it because if we win this game, I believe that will be that. Now, we don't have a cam, which is a problem, so I'm probably going to change the formation. We could go 4-3-3, but I'm going to go with a 3 at the back. This is a formation we've utilised quite a bit, and Mai is going to be given an opportunity there. I haven't minded him when we've used him. He's quite athletic. Let's see if we can get the victory here, and I think we should get the trophy lift in this game as well. Nice if we could get another goal for Elliot List as well. Just put him on 20, get him that little bit closer. I really want him to win the accolade of top goal scorer this season as well. He's blown hot and cold. He's had some moments of poor form, hasn't he? And then to think that signing would be all impactful for us. We knew we needed it, and we sided with Elliot List, and I think him being top goal scorer just shows us that we made the right choice. I'm just hoping he could take that form with him into League One, which will be a much harder league for us. I believe we can be crowned champions today. My maths isn't the greatest. I am not a mathematician, but definitely if we win this, we will be crowned champions. But I think a point should be enough. Again, no mathematician. To be patient again in this one. We had some really good patience spells in the last episode, and it worked in our favour. And we're going to try and do that again, because when we're patient, we seem to just get better results. That is lovely play. And Mai now can link up. He's got options. He's going to ping that one out wide. And then I tried to go first time to Asante, and it just wasn't the right choice. Now, they are 19th in the league, so they're kind of fighting for their lives. I imagine still. Oh, my God, that's going to be a goal. It's not. What defending that was from Eastern. We already know that we need to improve this back line next season, but they've had moments, right? They have had moments where they've been decent. And I think that makes it more difficult for me because of those moments. If they've been just trash all year, and it made my life a lot easier as Hunter tried the reverse pass there. It didn't work, but we need to get the ball out there, I think. Out on these wings is where I feel Bristol are probably going to be at the weakest. Nolan there, playing it forward. Loft to get onto it. Oh, Kelly nearly does. I mean, I don't know how we're not getting a foul there from the ref. Brown pings that one forward. I think it's Izzy Brown as well. He had spells in the Championship, Huddersfield. He actually had a really good spell at Huddersfield when they had that fantastic season. I think the year they got promoted, that was poor. And he's hit the post. We get a bit lucky. Loft was offside as well. Kelly's had a couple of moments now in the centre of the park where, to be honest with you, he should have won the ball or it was a foul. And we haven't been given any of those calls, so the ref seems to be wearing blue and white today, if I'm being honest with you. Bristol Rovers, considering where they are in the league, are playing a very, very good game of football here at the moment. They're causing me numerous issues. They're making life very difficult for our back line. And we aren't really coming back with anything. I need options here. Well in from Hunter. Oh, he tries to pull it back across, and it's just a bit sloppy. I mean, he ran into trouble, which was fine because he was taking players with... Well in Eastham. That is fantastic. But he ran into trouble. He was taking players with him, so I didn't really mind. Elliot List! Oh, he didn't catch it. He didn't catch it. He got on top of the ball. That should have been 1-0 Salford. Frustrating first half, if we're being honest. We didn't really offer anything. One shot, and it was that scuffed one there from Elliot List right at the end of the half. So, I mean, we didn't let Bristol have too many opportunities, but we let them have more than we should do. Asante is going to be played in there. Bolton now. I'll pull it back to Asante. Got the option there of Kelly, who finds Lund. And Mai now. That's not a bad touch and a good turn for him. He gets the shot off Asante. Then we'll try and knock it back across. That's already better. A bit more of a lively start to the second half from us. Spotted Lund there. Had that room. That's not a bad ball over to Kelly. Kelly to Asante. Bolton. Back in. And it's not a good ball back in from Bolton. My now is going to ping that one out. And that's the ball I want quite consistently, to be honest with you. Elliot List might be in here. Elliot List. He scores it, but is he onside? That's the big question. I don't think he is now. He's not onside. I thought he was off. But I can't believe he managed to bang it in from that angle. I'll take it. I'm not happy with that referee, though. I'll take it. Scoring from that angle is fantastic. How far off was... It was close. It was closer than I thought it was. Asante might get to that. He does. He finds Elliot List, who passes it back to Asante. That was lovely. Asante! Oh, what great play, but he can't find the back of the net. He'll be kicking himself. Asante should have had a much better year than he has had. He really should have done off target with that one. He wants to run over the top there from Elliot List. That would have been a beautiful ball. The goalkeeper made the right decision to come out there because that was nearly a perfect ball from Ashley Hunter. I think this result would actually suit Bristol now. Considering the way the game has gone, as time went on in this match, we kind of just took over. I think they'll be actually quite happy. Ball over to Elliot List. Dangerous position for him. Look at this. They're just getting bodies around him when they can. That's good play though. Lund finds Watson. Watson then inside to Amai. Amai then will get that across to Burgess. Burgess needs the right pass though, doesn't he? We'll pull that back to Amai. To Watson then from distance. Oh, I thought that was going in just beyond the post. There's been a few moments like that, hasn't there, where we should have found the back of the net. There's no explaining needed. We should have scored. We haven't. Elliot List now with a football in dangerous position, but I don't have too many bodies he could play it into. And referee... Okay, well, I don't know why that's only a yellow. Well, this is it, basically. And I'm not good at these, but we're going to go for it. Just see what happens. Morris will loft it in. It's not a bad ball in. My eyes lit up because I thought Asante was getting onto that. That's a good pass. Keep the ball moving. We've got to keep it moving now. That is good play. Burgess. Oh, what a save. Well, this should be it now. This should be last chance saloon going in towards Elliot List. And they'll get it clear. And the whistle will be blown. And it'll be 0-0. I feel like we should have done a bit more. There'll be no celebrations here yet. I feel like we should have done a little bit more in that game. We had to score. Now, we can still be crowned champions, depending what Forest Green do. And at the moment, they're not doing too well. So we got a performance review meeting for whatever reason. Love has now been sold. Forest Green is still 2 games back, which is, it's really frustrating that Forest Green is still 2 games back. But we're back to our usual shape. And hopefully, that will get the job done here against Barrow. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we lift the trophy in this match. The thing is we'd have a much clearer picture if Forest Green just played their games. I don't know what's going on. Are they on the route to the FA Cup final or something? They've been a couple of games back now for like half a season, which just makes me think they're not being forced to play games 2 days apart like we are here. Bristol Rovers 2 days ago, and now we're playing Barrow. Forest Green have just got it easy. I feel like they're being favorited here by the League 2 board, or whoever they are. I just don't think it's fair. We're playing games thick and fast, and Forest Green are 2 games back. We had some issues last time we played against Barrow. They're not an easy side to play against. They're actually a very good team. So, we've got to be cautious. We're going to be smart again. We're not going to rush stuff. We've been a little bit hectic with the way we've played of recent. And then in the last episode, where we just calmed stuff down a little bit. We just took control of the game. We are the superior team. You know, not being mean, but we are. We've got better technical players. And that's a great ball in behind, actually, to Asante. Asante now, can he make it 1-0? He does. Absolutely brilliant. And I just wish he'd done that more this season. I really do. I just wish we'd got this out of Asante more often. Because if we're being honest, it hasn't been enough from him this year. He should have been a star in this league. And personally, he's just not done the job enough. But that's a great ball out to him. He's got loads of room to run into, which he loves. And then finds the back of the net. If he is going to be at the club next season, we're going to be hoping for more performances like this one. We're going to be hoping that he puts in a shift. He's just been one of those players that's been a bit of a luxury sometimes in games. Because in some matches, he's been unplayable. He's been absolutely unplayable. The opposition have had a nightmare with him. But then in other matches, he's not really existed. So it's been just worrying that we couldn't get consistent performances from him. No matter where we played him really on the pitch. Oh, this is a lovely play for Barrow. Just stay tight to them. Try and stop them playing these kind of balls in behind. Taylor now. Reverse pass back. That was lovely to Kay. All well in Shepherd. Oh, we managed to play it away. We don't. I mean, Shepherd was surrounded, so I do feel for him a little bit here. Taylor. Kay comes across. Oh, my God. You've got to block that. Well saved by King. What a surprise, though. King making an unbelievable save. Shocking. Dante. Pull that one across. Got movement, but not much. The moment. Elliot List there. That's a beautiful pass. Can we dink that one over? We can. Now, what a ball that is to Morris. Oh, my God. What a goal that is. Let's just talk about the ball over from our young Swede. Unbelievable touch from him. He's shown that, though. His footwork and his balance is brilliant. That's why I like Tierney as well, by the way. When I have a cam, I love a player that's got really good ball control and balance. And that is exactly what he has, even as a taller player. And that dinked ball over to Morris was perfect. One touch, bang, back of the net. This is the kind of performance you want from a team that's going to win the league. And that is going to be crowned champions, hopefully, today at home against Barrow. Exactly the kind of performance you expect. Well, here come Barrow, though. They have knocked on the door from time to time. Hasn't really been much from them. Although that wasn't far off. Well in Shepherd. Yeah, can we break away? We haven't really broken away much anymore. We kind of started to slow stuff down. It's lovely footwork again. Back across. And back across again. And Elliot List. Oh my God. 3-0 Salford. This is nice. This is beautiful. This is the kind of football you want from Salford. Unbelievable stuff. And Elliot List once again on the score sheet. Well, the young Swedish lad is profiting from the lack of Tierney. And I tell you what, he's having a bloody good time. 20 goals in 42 matches for Mr. Elliot List. I didn't know how well he was going to get on. I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. We're honest here. We have these chats and we're honest to each other. Did I know how well he was going to get on? No, I didn't have a clue, to be honest. We had never even heard of him before. But I liked his attribute set for this team. And I tell you what, it's worked perfectly. We lead 3-0 at the half. Soon to be crowned League 2 champions. And we need to go with this momentum, don't we, going into League 1? Because it's going to be a lot more difficult than this league. Good play. Elliot List making that run in. Oh, he nearly got to it. We're going to win the ball back, though. What a header that is. Then we'll play it back to him. And curl it round. Oh, my God. Shot as well. Nearly another goal. Oh, this is unbelievable, this performance. I think we're looking at one of the better performances of the year. It's right at the end of the season. It's fitting as well that if we do get to lift the trophy here, it'll be Lund that lifts it, and he should do. He's been a little bit of a rock for us as Barrow go close. They're really close with Williams. I guess the question and the decision I've got to decide here now, while recording this, is if we do lift the trophy here, and we do get crowned champions here, is there much point in us playing any more games? Or should we sim our way to the end of the season, do the end of season roundup, start looking at the budget for next year as well? Footwork from Morris there, to be fair to him. Oh, that's clever. Lahar would have shot. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Let's go, baby. 4-0 Salford. And, well, do we have a future star, boys, on our hands? Do we? Because, to be honest with you, since he's come into the club, when he's played, his performances have been unbelievable. Never even heard of him before, and he looks like he could end up being a superstar. Great suggestion. Does open up the option, though. If we're going to play him more, Tierney can play cam. Centre mid, sorry. Very, very comfortably. Like, Tierney is very comfortable at centre mid, CDM. He's versatile. So, if that is going to be the decision that's made, we have those options, but this young man actually, he's unbelievable at the minute. Oh, this is lovely play. It's getting a little bit embarrassing right now for Barrow, isn't it? Morris now with a shot well blocked. Barrow could concede more here. The game's calmed down just a little bit now. We've got a free kick here for Barrow. And, I mean, anything here is a consolation, isn't it? But I want a clean sheet. We've defended so well in this match. Of course I want a clean sheet, and we might not get it, but King, well, he's always there to save them. He's always there to save us as well, let's be honest. He's been unbelievable. Unbelievable. And makes me just have the confidence going into next season that we have a goalkeeper that's going to be able to do a job for us. There goes the full-time whistle. And as you can tell by the celebrations, Salford City are your League 1 champions, I believe. I feel like this is the celebrations of a team that has just won the league. Maybe. I mean, we're all just walking off the pitch, so maybe we haven't. But I think the league has been won here In fact, I'm pretty positive mathematically it has been won. We're just being screwed over by the fact that Forest Green haven't played their games in hand. I mean, the celebrations were wild there. So, I genuinely think we've won the league. I just don't get why we're not getting the trophy lift. Forest Green are not playing their games. They are 2 games behind us still. They are not. I feel like that is what is hindering this, right? There is 3 games left, but of course they've got the games in hand, which is making it so close. Now, I imagine if we are going to get the trophy, it would be at Mansfield. I think it would be at Mansfield. I just don't understand. I wish I could see Forest Green's fixtures, because I don't understand why they're just not playing their games. While I know this is a rivals game here against Oldham, I'm going to sim it, because we can't play that many games. I can only fit 3, realistically, and we want to see the trophy lift. So I'm going to quick sim it, and hopefully we'll get a good result here against Oldham, our rivals. A 2-2 isn't the end of the world. Morris and Asante scoring for us. Oldham are 13th in the league, so they've not had a great league season. I was kind of hoping they was going to come up with us. I don't know if we will have a rival in the league above, but I just want Forest Green to please play their games in hand. We keep getting performance review meetings, which is worrying me, but I mean, we're about to achieve the goal that they wanted. We are genuinely about to achieve the main goal that they wanted, which was win the league. Come into this Mansfield game, and Forest Green have still not played their games in hand, boys. I don't know what's going on. I feel like we're getting some FIFA-ness here. There is only 2 games left for us. So, I mean, but we're still not crowned champions because Forest Green have 2 games in hand. Why are Forest Green not playing their games? Is there anybody else with 42? No, there's a few teams with 43. So they must be playing 2 of those games. I just don't understand why Forest Green are not playing their matches. In fact, they're going to be playing them on the 11th of May and on the 18th of May. So I don't think we're going to get the trophy lift here, boys. Because we've won the league. Like, we've genuinely won the league. And there's nothing more I can do. We're going to sim this game against Mansfield. I'm going to sim it normally and jump in right at the end and see if we can get a trophy lift. Because I want a trophy lift after this first season. So we sim this game against Mansfield. Obviously, I did it in the normal sim, though, so we could do this. We drew 2-2, so we didn't actually perform that well. I just wanted to see if we lift the trophy here, because this is the final home game of the season, but as you can see, no trophy lift. So we're not going to get it, just simply because of the stupidity that is Forest Green not playing their games. I'm super frustrated with that as well, because Forest Green drew. So that should have been the trophy lift. Like, genuinely, I think we're bugged out. Only because there's 3 games, they've got 3 games left and they could get 9 points. Like, it's really infuriating. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the sim again. We're going to do the sim again. So Kelly was actually a loan deal. I did not know that. We might want to try and go in for Kelly. It just depends how much they'd want. Let's see what price we can get him at. We've only got 310k in here. So they want about 1.1 million. I don't know why it doesn't let me just back out here. But Stephen Kelly from Rangers, he should be an option that we look at. Nabba, we don't want to go back for him. We've got the monthly scout report for the youth academy. We're probably going to do this at the end of the episode, and I will bring some players up to the first team. All lands on this because Forest Green's games are miles down the line. So I'm not going to play it. We're just going to sim it. I don't see the point. We've already won the league. Let's be honest. We've already won the league with a 9-point gap. I think my goal difference is miles better than Forest Green as well. Let's take a look. Yeah, my goal difference is pretty superior as well. So, I mean, the league is won. It's just because they haven't had the games in hand. Now, Elliot List is close to the 20 goals, but I don't see the point in playing 22nd place Stevenage. Like, we're in for a long episode anyway. Like, we are genuinely in for quite a long episode anyway, so I just don't see the point in that. We're going to play the main starting 11, and then what I will do is we'll jump in right at the end to hopefully get to see us lift the trophy away. I'm not sure on FIFA that you can ever lift it away. Right, so Yorkie from the future here, and I just want to clear this up. I am well aware that if we draw or if we beat Stevenage, we win the league. I'm well aware. Just tired Yorkie during recording this video. He's not aware of that. I don't know why he's not aware of that. This is why he should stay in school and do maths, lads. Because I should have known this, and it would have added a little bit of drama to the final game. It's happened now, and we move on. I do apologise for that, and next time, I'll pay a little bit more attention to the maths that's going on with the points on the table. So we've actually ended the season really badly, because we've just drawn, and then we just lost to Stevenage. But we're going to get no trophy lift. The sim has done us dirty there. Forest Green won their game 2-0 against Mansfield as well. So it actually looks, with 2 games in hand, Forest Green could still win the league if they get the correct amount of goal difference. Simming forward these few days is huge. We are promoted regardless. No matter what, we are promoted, but we still don't have any information because their games aren't until late in May. Okay, so they played it and they drew against Rochdale. 0-0. So Salford are now officially your League 2 champions. I don't think FIFA will confirm it until the final game is played, but we are the champs. My manager rating should hopefully go up. And the other good news is Elliot List finishes top goal scorer with 21 goals. Now, if we are thinking about who was player of the season, I think it's between List and King. In my honest opinion, it has to be between List and King. Now, if McAlnay had stayed fit for the entirety of the year, then that might be different. But I think it's between List and King. So you guys let me know who you think. Should our player of this season be Elliot List, or should it be King, our goalkeeper, who was immense this season, but also Elliot List with those 21 goals, huge for us. But we are now champions. I'm going to go forward enough just so that the season gets completed, which it has been. We are the champions. Weirdly, the board hasn't got happier now we are. Like, how does that not go up? Like, please, somebody tell me. How does that not go up? We finished first. We did what they wanted, and they're still unhappy. But before we do the full end of season review, we're going to go through the team here, this youth academy, and we're going to promote some players. We're going to start getting them up into the first team. Now, this lad he's going to be released. He's never going to make it for us. McNeil is going to be promoted. I think it's 1761 rated. His ceiling isn't huge, but I still think we're going to bring him up. I'm tempted to bring up Lance Murphy now, but he hasn't said he wants to leave yet. So I think we're going to give him a little bit more time down here. But I am going to bring up Lewis Kelly as well. If anybody else leaves the academy at this stage that doesn't want to be here, I'm not overly worried because they're not good enough. We're going into League 1 next season, which sounds very good. And we're going to bring up Lewis Kelly. So Scotland so far has proved to be a much happier hunting ground for us than England. But we are going to need suggestions, of course, where to send our 2 scouts at the start of next season. We're going to keep the same quality of scouts for next season as well, but eventually we will promote them. It's quite obvious who was going to be top of this list. Elliot List here with 23 goals and 15 assists. So that's one thing that we probably didn't highlight a lot. I know I've mentioned it in certain parts of episodes, but Elliot was actually fantastic at linking up play as well. And when he had someone in behind him, a cam in behind him, he linked up play fantastically. McAlnay's career is kind of done, and that is really sad. But he's gone down to 61 rated. We know if we give him a little bit of game time, we'd probably bring him back up to where he was. Is he going to be good enough for League 1? Probably not. Should be mentioned though, Morris, at the age of 30, we might try and move him on because he's 30, but he's had a very good season for us as well. And Asante, underwhelming, but there's no shock. He's gone up by 8. He's 71 rated. Only 9 goals and 6 assists is not enough of a contribution for me in League 2. But he's improved a lot. Of course, Henderson and Matt Smith won't be here, and we get Tom Elliott back, and I'm probably going to move him on. So striker is an issue for us. We've got one up for our young Swedish superstar. McNeil joins the team. Hopefully, we can get in the game time next season. Tierney hasn't gone up, but I think he would have done if we'd have kept him fit. I'm really excited to get to use him next year. And the 18-year-old lad from the Netherlands, has actually gone up by 3, so maybe one to watch as the seasons go on. Bit of a rotation player. Kelly went up by 4, but it's really going to be dependent. Can we bring him back next season? It's going to cost us a lot, so maybe we put our time into Lewis Kelly instead. He can play a number of roles, and I think within a season we could maybe get him to go up by 5. The CDM position is a bit of an issue because Jason Lowe has gone down by 1, plagued by injuries this season. And Matty Lund, although he's been fantastic, 66 rated, is 31. So I'm worried that he's going to start going down a lot. Luke Bolton should be into the 70s next season. In the centre-back, we've got Turnbull and Eastham. We already know that we need improvements at the centre-back position. You guys have been smashing the comments with suggestions. And I'm looking forward to bringing in at least 1, maybe 2 centre-backs. It's going to be very important to see what budget we get because Vazel's gone. So we'll have Eastham, Turnbull, and Naba's going back. So we're going to need 2. We're going to need at least 2. The free agency may be important to us next season. Of course, it's always important to clubs at this level. And then King went up by 3 at the age of 27. We might actually be able to get King to 70 rated, which means I'm comfortable taking King all the way to the championship with us. So here we go then, into the new season. We've got a 51 manager rating, which is it just highlights, doesn't it, just so consistently how absolutely stupid FIFA's objectives and manager ratings are. We should be fine going into the new season. Usually, if you're going to be sacked, you're sacked before that end email. You're sacked basically at the end of the season. But the fact that we won the league and ticked off that objective, but gained no manager points whatsoever is just silly. Before we end this episode, I want to see what budget we're going to be working with next season, guys. I really do. I'm hoping it's going to be a decent one. If it's 5 million, which I don't think it will be, but if it's 5 million... I think we can be a mid-table League One side. I don't know how good the teams are going to be at this level. I don't know who will have gone down, who will have stayed in League One. But I think it's going to be a bit of a step up. I think there's a couple of players overall rating-wise that are League One level, but not many. Okay, 3.29 million and 31k wages. That is actually very, very good for us. Now, the objectives, I imagine, are going to be... all lows this time and a high one of financial. So within the same season, sign one crucial player and make a profit of 2.6 million. But we're probably not going to do that. We'd have to sell someone. We're probably not going to do that, which is an issue. We will finish mid-table, hopefully. Reach the round of 16, which we'll try and do this time just to make the board a little bit happier. Within 2 seasons, increase the team's experience level by getting the average age of the team up to 28. That's a little bit frustrating because we want to be getting the team younger, to be honest with you. I don't really like that brand exposure one, but hopefully we don't have to worry about them too much. We will get the Youth Academy one done without a shadow of a doubt. And the financial one, I'm not sure. I don't really want to try and make 2.6 million profit. I want to spend money, if I'm being honest with you. The team is going to need improvement here in League One. Now, we can see who we will be kicking off the season with in the next episode, and it will be Bolton, which should be a really fun game to play. We're going to have Bournemouth in the Carabao Cup to kick things off. The Papa Johns we will take a little bit more seriously this season. I think that's a trophy that we can see ourselves lifting. And we already notice here that Cardiff have dropped from the championship here. And we will definitely be playing that game against Cardiff. That will be a massive game for us to play. Sunderland's still in this league, of course, as well. Blackpool's still in there. Doncaster, Sheffield Wednesday. I'm not noticing yet who else has dropped down from the championship. Forest Green, of course, will get to play them, our arch rivals. But I don't know why. I can't tell who else has dropped down from the championship. Okay, I've spotted another one. Peterborough came down. But then I don't know who the third is. I don't know if you guys will have spotted it, but I can't tell who the third team is there. We've got Cardiff and Peterborough that dropped down. And beyond that, I'm not sure. But that is all for the start of the next episode. We're probably not going to edit the club this time around because I don't think we want a stadium upgrade until we hit the championship. Potentially, I think we should keep the stadium the same until we hit the championship. Again, guys, I just want to say thank you very much for the support so far on this series. I know this one will have been a little bit longer. It was a little bit crazy with the will we, won't we, with the Forest Green situation and all those games they had in hand. And are we going to win the league or not? Are we not going to win the league or not? But we did win it. We won it relatively comfortably. And I think we had a fantastic first season there with some really good players. And now we're going to have a transfer budget to build upon with this team. Make sure to smash that like button to show me that you guys are still loving and enjoying this series. Again, if you're new around here, slap the subscribe button. Appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll see you for season number 2.